I've been looking at all the new benchmarks, leaks, and real-world performance hints, and honestly, the Exynos 2600 is shaping up to be something very different this time. Not the old Exynos we complain about. This one feels serious. And the reason I'm saying this is not hype. It's numbers. It's design choices. And it's what Samsung is clearly trying to do next. First, let's talk about clock speed, because this is where things get interesting. The Exynos 2600 has a peak speed of about 3.8 GHz. Now compare that to Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, 4.6 to 4.7 GHz. Apple A19 Pro, also very high clocks. Dimensity 9500, aggressive clocks too. On paper, you would expect Exynos to lose badly here. Lower clock speed should mean lower performance, right? But that's not what we're seeing. Look at the single core scores. Exynos 2600 is scoring around 3300 to 3500. That's right there with Snapdragon and Apple. And now look at multi-core. This is where Exynos really starts smiling. Exynos 2600 is hitting around 11,500. Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is around 10,200 to 11,200 depending on the phone. That's a 10 to 15% lead in many cases. And remember, Exynos is doing this at 3.8 GHz. That's the scary part. Now let me ask you something. If a chip at lower speed is beating a chip at much higher speed, what does that tell you? It tells you Samsung has improved efficiency, and efficiency is everything, because high clock speed with poor efficiency just means more heat, more throttling, worse battery. Raw speed alone is not the win anymore. Now imagine this. What if Samsung clocks Exynos 2600 at 4.6 GHz, same as Snapdragon? Just imagine, if it's already winning at 3.8 GHz, then at higher clocks, yeah, you're looking at a huge performance gap. That's why people are starting to take Exynos seriously again. Now let's talk about the real secret weapon here, HPB, Heat Pass Block. This is not marketing fluff. This is actual engineering. Instead of stacking memory on top of the chip and trapping heat, Samsung uses a copper-based heat pass block that helps heat move away faster. What does that mean in real life? It means less heat buildup, less throttling, more stable performance. And stability is what benchmarks don't always show clearly, but gamers feel instantly. And you can already see this in the benchmarks. CPU scores, very consistent. GPU scores, also very consistent. You're not seeing wild drops. Sometimes the GPU hits around 25,000, sometimes slightly under, but it stays close. No big spikes, no sudden crashes. That consistency is gold. Now let's talk about 2 nanometer versus 3 nanometer, because this matters a lot. Exynos 2600 is built on 2 nanometer. Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and Apple A19 Pro are 3 nanometer. That's a big jump. Smaller node means better power control, more performance per watt, better sustained performance. So even if peak numbers look close, long-term performance will favor Exynos, and long-term performance is what matters for gaming. Now let's bring this back to real users, not just benchmark charts. What does this mean for you sitting with a Galaxy S26 or S26 Plus? It means if you're emulating games, playing heavy Android games, running long gaming sessions, you should expect stable performance. Not just fast for 2 minutes, but fast for 20, 30, even 60 minutes. That's the difference. Consistency also means something else people forget. Battery life. When a chip throttles a lot, it actually wastes power. Exynos 2600 doesn't need to push crazy clocks all the time, so it draws less power. Less power draw means cooler phone, longer gaming sessions, better battery health. That's a win for everyday users. Now zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture. Why is this happening now? Because companies are betting big on gaming phones. This is not random. Look at RedMagic, OnePlus, iQOO 15 Ultra. These phones are not made for casual users. They are made for performance lovers. Active cooling, sustained performance, high refresh rates. These companies know something. They know mobile gaming is becoming serious gaming. Samsung knows this too. That's why Exynos 2600 feels different. It's not about winning one benchmark screenshot. It's about not slowing down. And that's why, honestly, Exynos 2600 might be better than